What is up? You know, it's okay. All right. Okay. All right. We have some really big stars coming here. It's great to be at the New York Comic Con. It is great. Yeah, you can cheer that. It is great that we are able to get together after what we have all gone through with this pandemic. And this is one of the reasons that I love AEW, because we were continually pumping out shows, entertainment for you during the pandemic when you had to stay at home. And we really felt that we were a part of you and you were a part of us. And the people that I've been able to meet here for the last couple of days, by the way, has been wonderful. But I want to introduce some of the real stars. From the graveyards of Tijuana, one of the biggest women stars in the world, the one and under, Thunder Rosa. Wow. She's not too, hey, easy there, buddy.
Wow, Tony. Wow. I thought we were friends.
She gets pretty excited, doesn't she?
I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. I'm just saying, I was just going to, like what you were saying about the pandemic. During the pandemic, I had one of the best matches I ever had in my life. Lights out match. There was nobody there, but guess what? When we came back, you guys made a huge difference. We are so thankful for you guys being here. All right, you can introduce the next person.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is indestructible. He is incredible. He has become one of the great stars of pro wrestling. He is a former TNT champion. Give it up for Darby Allin.
So we're all right.
And now we're gonna get really, really cool and really, really laid back. You ready? Orange Cassidy.
Hello.
We were in Chicago recently, as you know, for All Out. We had some big, big surprises. We brought in some of the great stars from wrestling, and one of the biggest surprises is with us now. He is truly one of the great stars in our sport. We are so happy that he is now part of AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Adam Cole.
Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby?
That's so insane. So insane.
When did you start doing the Bebe thing?
2009, actually.
Wow.
Long time. Over 10 years being a baby.
Cool.
I can't top that. I can't. As you know, in 2019, in January 2019, AEW was formed. We had our first event in May of 2019, Double or Nothing. That was in Las Vegas, and that really kicked things off. Tony Khan and AEW signed a deal with Warner Media to put our program on TNT, and Dynamite debuted on October 2nd of 2019. And we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary in Philadelphia on Wednesday night. A couple of notes I want to hand out, and then we'll talk to our talent here. Dynamite is a top 5 Wednesday night cable original show, averaging more than 1 million weekly viewers in America. In 1 year, our ratings in the last year have been up 30%, and is currently airing for fans in more than 140 countries worldwide. And then, of course, we debuted Rampage on the 13th, Friday the 13th. How about that? Yeah, we didn't give a damn about bad luck. We debuted Rampage on the 13th of August, and it has been, and of course we have our shows on YouTube as well. So this is all about you, and it's all about your love for pro wrestling. And a lot of the people that you're seeing to my right began, as we say, on the independent circuit, and we knew what they had as far as star power and ability, and they have brought it to AEW to make us what we are. None better. None better than the girl to my right, the lady to my right, who I've known many, many years. We first met in Staten Island. Remember that?
Yes,
Warriors
I do.
of
Yes,
Wrestling.
I do.
That's right. And then I was backstage in Jacksonville,
Yes.
and you walked by, and I went, "Oh my God, Thunder Rosa's here!" And I wasn't sure, so I sent her a text. "Are you here?" And she was so busy, she didn't answer my text, but I get it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I actually didn't have your number saved.
Wow.
That's the truth. I was like, who this? Who this? I do that a lot.
You've had a tremendous career, my dear. You really have.
Thank you. I have, yes. And actually, before I came out, I feel like I was going to come out for a match. Like, you guys, there's so many people here, and I didn't realize how big the New York City Con is. Like, I've been in San Diego Comic Con before as a fan, and now I'm in a panel, and I'm sitting in the back with a bunch of superstars from, like, Star Trek, and I'm like, holy Jesus, this is real, So, yes, I've been now realizing that I am becoming a superstar, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it's hard for me to say because I'm pretty, like, down. I'm not super down to earth. Like, I know I never forget where I come from. And, like, when people ask me for autographs or pictures, still, like I was telling Darby, kind of like I'm getting used to it.
Sure, I get that. Yeah.
But I'm so thankful, guys, for every day that I show up at Dynamite, that I show up in Elevation, in Dark. I really don't care where I show up. I just show and leave my heart in the ring every time I have a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. It's all for you guys, honestly. I love it.
I
love you too.
I love you too.
I love you too. Well, you know, I do love you, but I have a bone to pick with you.
I know you do.
You're best friends with my, biggest arch enemy. Sorry, Mr. Adam Cole. Britt Baker. And forever, she's married with me. She like it or not. She like it or not. You gotta hear my name. That Thunder Rosa match is the same thing. That Britt Baker match, yeah. Shut up, man. Shut up. That's all right, guys. That's all right. Keep enjoying her being the queen. That's okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I ain't saying a word. Yet. Okay. I met Darby Allin working for MLW, and we were doing matches at the Guilt nightclub in Orlando for MLW. And Darby told me this story. He said, I'm going to go up on the balcony of the nightclub, and I'm going to tape a chair to my back, and I'm going to do a coffin drop from the balcony on to the ring. Yeah? Yes. And I went, no, you're not. And he said, yeah, I am. He said, I'm going to go out, hurt my foot, and I go out and I come around. And I saw him, and I went, I really didn't know what to say. Sometimes, really, as an announcer, you kind of, you don't know what to say, and sometimes you repeat yourself. So, but that was my first with Darby Allin, and I think we all can agree that no one can take an ass kicking and come back like Darby Allin, man. He is truly one of the most unique and also one of the most incredible performers that I've ever seen. And I remember from the time I saw him come off the top there, it was incredible. Darby, how do you do this, buddy? I mean, it's just...
A lot of it is just I credit to my years of skateboarding. Nothing's got me more ready for professional wrestling than skateboarding.
Right.
I've been falling on concrete my whole life. So when I first went to my wrestling school in Seattle, my trainer was like, all right, take a bump. And I took the fucking thing. And then he's like, how'd it feel? Because, they think everybody's going to be like, oh. And I was like, dude, this is nice.
Right.
This beats concrete. And he's like, you little fucking punk. No respect for the business. I'm like, oh, fucking respect the concrete. Yeah, that's where I don't know. I don't know what it is, dude. I feel great, and like I said, I'm straight edge. So after every match, I don't take any pain pills like Tylenol, aspirin, nothing. I just fucking, if I'm gonna be wanting to do this crazy shit, I gotta be a man about it and not be a little bitch and run away from my pain. I ain't no bitch. And I feel good, I feel good.
I think we all saw. He's taken so many incredible bumps, but when he was thrown down the concrete stairs by Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, I remember someone. I remember it was one of the members of my family. It may have been Matt or my daughter Laurie, who's here, or my wife. Is he okay? I went, yeah, he's okay. He bounced right back, man. He may have been bruised up a little bit, but there's nobody like you, my friend. Nobody like you. And speaking of nobody like him, is there anybody in this world like Orange Cassidy? We will wait for him to talk.
I mean, I don't know. What do you want to? What is this, a Q&A? I don't know what we do here.
Okay, you have to realize that more fans, older fans, and especially kids, dress up like you more than any other wrestler that we see. Denim jacket, t-shirt, glasses. You've made this cool again, buddy.
I'm gonna say this only because it's gonna make them cheer, but just as cool as you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thanks for my time. I'm done talking.
Can I ask you where the name Orange Cassidy came from? Oh, well, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Was that it? Was that the answer? You love oranges?
My parents gave it to me.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Okay. I knew it was going to be like this. You just got to freaking go with it, right?
This is riveting stuff, right, guys?
Okay.
Riveting.
Was there any more people more excited to see Adam Cole walk through the entranceway and become part of AEW? Was that not a great moment or what?
So I've said before, and I really do mean it, I think that surprise debut at All Out was my favorite moment of my entire wrestling career.
Wow.
And I've been really lucky to do a lot of really cool stuff, but the genuine surprise from the crowd in Chicago, the excitement all across the world. Again, I've said this before too, but my legs were physically shaking from adrenaline walking out. I was so happy that everyone was stoked because you have the most excited person in the world when it comes to being involved in AEW.
How about his match with Jungle Boy the other night, huh? Tore it up. Tore it up, buddy. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. And that's one of the most exciting things about being in AEW is getting the chance to wrestle these guys I've never had the chance to wrestle before. Guys like Jungle Boy, guys like Darby, guys like MJF.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I agree. But
What?
I'm going to give you one more chance to take that back. All right. Say you're sorry and I'll forgive you.
Yeah, there he goes.
Thank you, my friend.
There you go.
Good man.
Our next pay-per-view event is Full Gear. It's coming up in November. We'll be at the Target Center, Minneapolis. Expect a big crowd there that night. Let's take a special look at Full Gear. As you can tell, Full Gear has not been booked yet. How many people really consider themselves, as I would call it, because I started before many of you were born. Don't laugh about that.
Sorry, I laughed.
Okay. How many of you consider yourselves really old school wrestling fans? All right? Okay. Well, here's the truth. Here's the truth. Wrestling has changed over the years, hasn't it? And listen, and I started guys and gals when they side headlock and hanging on to that side headlock for 10 minutes or 8 minutes in the ring was cool. But now, what we're seeing now from these athletes is the best it's ever been. There's nothing like what these athletes do. And I will always say this, and I talked to Orange Cassidy and the guys after that crazy ladder match that we had on Wednesday night. And I go and I say, and I said this to Rosa after the Lights Out match she and Britt had, thank you very much for putting your bodies on the line to give us a great television show. And as an employee and a longtime announcer, but as a wrestling fan, the things that you guys do just completely amazes me each and every week. Is there any time, and Darby, I guess you can be the forefront, that you walk away saying, oh, man, there's not many more things left in my bump card that I can do. I mean, because you guys go over the top, you go through tables, you dive through the ropes, you come off the top of the turnbuckles, you land on 3 or 4 people, and it's just, and you hop back up, and you go, woo, and should never said that word. You ever say, wow? And
Yeah.
you ever second guess it? You ever second guess
Yeah,
yourself
I
doing
think the
that?
first time, the craziest thing I do when I was working at Lucha Underground, it was like me and Sammy. It was like a 2-story high, and it was what was it? A Spanish fly from the 2-story high, and 10 people were down like catching us, and I literally when he grabbed me, he's like, we're going, and I just closed my eyes like, thank God, please, I'm probably gonna die. Whoop! And like we trusted the guys so much to catch us, because like, if they weren't there, we would have been dead. And like ever since then, I was like, I can do whatever, you know. And then the Lights Out match happened. Actually, no. Then my MMA fight happened, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready to die now. So it's like, it's just like that adrenaline that you get, and I like to say save those moments, like especially if they're really really crazy, for big matches, and
Right.
that's what happened, in March.
Right.
But I was like, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was terrified of a lot of the stuff because I don't really wrestle like that, but I was really glad that we both trusted each other, and we made magic there. We made history, which was like really amazing, and I will do it again and again and again.
Woo. So, Adam, talk to me about your style of wrestling and how you approach matches. I mean, I know you do a lot of old school great stuff, but you do also take a lot of risk as well.
Yeah, so as far as how I like to approach matches, I've always been someone that tries his best to adapt to kind of the style of my opponent.
Yeah.
To me, that keeps everything kind of fresh and original. It never feels like you're seeing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
So depending on who I'm in there with, I try to adapt in that way. And answering that first question as well about oh my God, I'm lucky to be alive.
Right.
One time, I took an air raid crash off the top of a cage from Tommaso Ciampa. And then less than 24 hours later, wrestled Pete Dunne. And I remember after that was done, being like, I am really lucky to be walking around right now. But I was very, very sore. But again, I love all styles of wrestling.
Sure.
I love the hardcore, violent matches. I love the technical matches, heavy story-driven matches, crazy 8-man tags like this past week on Dynamite.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, I just have fun with all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to call it. It's fun to be at ringside. I didn't know Orange Cassidy that well, and I've gotten to know him quite well. I don't know if you've seen any of his footage before he came to AEW. But I watched, help me through this, I watched a match where you fell asleep in the middle of the ring. It happens, right?
Yeah, I was tired. Well, uh, to answer your question, I don't know if you asked one, but
No. We're just talking here.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was tired.
Tell us. You really have been involved in a lot of big matches, but your match against Chris Jericho, where you threw him in the vat of mimosa, is that the highlight of your career in AEW so far?
Sure. Oh, yeah. That's right. I wrestled in a ring surrounded by mimosa, and I won.
Of course he did. Great match. It was a great night. It's things that we do have been wonderful. Darby, you were the TNT champ. And being the TNT champ means you got to wrestle a lot on TV, right? I mean, you got to put that title up. And you had how many, like 10 title defenses before you ended up losing the title. But can you pick out one of those matches that was most memorable to you of all those? You beat Cody. That shocked everybody. You had some great title defenses.
Out of all those matches, I would say it was probably the one I lost with Miro.
With Miro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was just something about. I don't know what he said, but. Yeah, no, it was lots of fun. But, like it was during the pandemic, which felt like I was having the best matches of my career. And
Right.
the fact that, like, long story short, I'd like to run that shit back. And be TNT champion again in front of a live crowd.
Right.
Continue to show everybody why that championship is the most important championship in AEW.
Very cool.
That was my goal. Like, everybody always comes up to me like, yo, can't wait to become world heavyweight champion. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. Just give me that TNT championship, man. Let's rock.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go. As you probably know, speaking of that, we've announced, as you know, that Dynamite in January is moving to TBS, and that for you guys and gals out there who are old school wrestling fans, 6:05 on Saturday night was the time, right? So it's going to be great being back on TBS, and we now are going to have a tournament to crown the first ever TBS champion in the women's division, right? Okay, so there you go.
Thank you.
You ready for the tournament?
You really asked me that question?
Yeah.
If I'm ready for a tournament?
Yeah.
The question is, are the girls ready for me?
Woo.
Darby, your face is great.
Dynamite has been, as we mentioned, we talked about the numbers 6 weeks in a row of being over 1 million, and it's just been phenomenal. Adam Cole has meant so much to us coming in. Bryan Danielson arriving, coming in, has meant a lot to us, obviously. And CM Punk coming in. So, the question is, who's coming in next? Don't know. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you guys saying that. Okay, thank you. By the way, the next room, they're having Booking 101. You can go over there. Okay? You can go over there and book your own shit. But Dynamite has been tremendous. Here's a look at our journey from October 2nd, AEW Dynamite on TNT.
The most talented performer in the world. I've always strived to be better. I've tried to stay on top. There are no limits to what we do or what we can become.
Okay? Again, Booking 101 is over there. Good luck on that. You book now, but just about, I would say, 7:55 Eastern Time, your asshole's going to be like, oh, is this shit really going to work on TV? It's easy, isn't it? No, it's not. When we debuted on October 2nd, it was the largest television debut on TNT in 5 years of an original programming. We signed we signed an extension in January of 2020 through 2023 with Warner Media. And that was right before the pandemic. And so the timing of that for us as a company was tremendous. We have, I think, and I don't want to get into this, and I'm not, and people are talking about, oh, you're in a war, and people will come up and see me and talk about, oh, the other guys. We prosper as a company, we prosper as a sport when everybody does well. Because the better you do on either side, you remember the Monday Night Wars? Yeah, both sides were doing tremendous, and that's when the wrestling was at its best, okay? And now, here we go again. But it's not a war, it's us worrying about our product and trying to be the best product we can. And you have made it that way. All right. Anybody here would like, we're going to go to questions here in just a minute. Anybody here would like to add something?
Yeah, I have a clip to show. Go ahead, play that clip.
You got a clip?
Oh, I guess I don't.
All right. We got about 20, 25 minutes. So if you got some questions, we'll do our best to answer. We do have some microphones out there, I think. We'll give them a second. There we go, over on our left and over on our right. We ready? My God,
Hey,
they're
brother, you can
queuing
leave your
up.
championship in your seat and nobody's going to steal it.
Okay. First of all, tell us your name, where you from. Speak up through the mask.
All right, my name is Jose. I'm from New York. Adam Cole, I got a ticket. Can you sing for me? For the babies. Adam Cole and the babies. You got to sing for me.
I do have to. That is the rule. Okay, here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Adam Cole and the babies. 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 There you go, man. There you go.
Wow.
Go to the left. Go ahead. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Ellery. I'm from New Jersey.
Calm down, everybody. Calm down.
Come on, guys.
Yeah,
That's
listen.
why both your football teams play there. Anyway, so
Wow.
so as you know, as a fan of the work that you guys do in the ring every day, I love seeing the combinations that you guys will have where you get to team up with your factions or your groups and the people that you come in with. But if you could pick someone to tag with that you don't normally tag with, who would it be?
Who would start?
I'll start.
Go ahead.
CM Punk.
That's not real. You just said it. You just said it so they cheer.
Orange, what do you got? You got something you want to add?
Me?
Yeah. You
CM Punk.
You can't pick my answer, dude.
Darby? Yeah.
Shit. CM Punk.
It's a good answer.
What did I start? What did I start here?
Thunder Rosa.
Well, I will have to say, because he put me super over in a bunch of interviews, and I made him cry before he came in the first time. CM Punk.
Let the record show that I said it first, okay?
Calm down, baby.
Baby. Over on the right, give us your name. I know you're, I see you got your, are you Eddie? Wait a minute. Is that Eddie Kingston?
No. No, I'm from New York, but I'm not Eddie King.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
My name is Skylar Hathaway. I'm from upstate New York, around Kingston. No cheers? All right, cool, whatever. All right, first and foremost, my girlfriend loves MJF. She told me to say that. I know, right? I know. I want you guys to push Lee Johnson. He's awesome. I want you guys to push Jack Evans. All right, my question, when the hell are we getting these trios titles, man? We want these trios titles. You got plenty of guys. You got plenty of guys to do it with. You know, the best friends. Come on.
I'll take this. I'll take this question.
Go ahead.
Do you have any trios titles for us? Well, then we won't do it. Thanks for your question. Next.
Great answer.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Gianna. I'm
Hey,
from
Gianna.
Brooklyn, New York. My question is for Adam Cole. You worked with Bobby Fish in WWE when you guys were in NXT together. Now he's in AEW. Are you gonna, invite him to join the Elite, or are you guys gonna feud now? Like, what's gonna happen?
So the last time I was around Bobby Fish, things for my former group didn't end so well. So I can't imagine we're on the best terms. However, I am very happy that he's in AEW. I hope everybody else is too. But we'll see if it gets to a point where we invite him into the Elite. I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for that yet. Thank you.
Thanks, Gianna. On our right, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, guys? My name is Justin from the Boogie Down Bronx in New York City. Seeing AEW grow is like looking together like a bunch of units like Game of Thrones in a way. You know, the good teams, seeing all these organizations. So I have to ask, I've seen you guys all from the indies and seeing you guys now symbolically. How has this journey being in AEW has been for you guys?
I don't miss the indies one bit. It's been beautiful in AEW.
For me, it's been just a culmination of all the hard work that I've worked in the last 7 years. And I have not stopped working the independent scene because I think there's still a lot more work to do in the women's area. And that's when I own my own promotion, Mission Pro Wrestling. And I have the best boss in the world, Tony Khan, who allows me to continue to do something that drives me, right? Which is teaching and coaching the next generation of women's wrestlers. So for me, this is being an AEW is one of the best things that happened in my life. And that too, representing Latinos all over the world. Thank you, guys. Arriba la raza!
Adam, what do you got, buddy?
I loved my time on the Independents. I think it's so cool that you could travel all across the country and in some cases all across the world and meet a bunch of new people and learn different styles from different people, which, like you said, it's led to this very moment with all of us here in AEW. The independents are so important. I don't think I'd be the wrestler that I am today if it wasn't for my time on the indies. I don't think I'd be the person that I am today. And the independents is like the lifeblood of pro wrestling in a lot of ways, where the super hardcore, super passionate fans go to support the next AEW star. So I want to see the independents continue to thrive, do well. I'm hoping here in the next year or two, the indies really blow up. So I'm excited.
Cass, you got something you want to add to that?
Nope.
I just want to say that this has been, for me personally, and I never did spend any time on Independence, with the exception of MLW. It's been the greatest 2 years of my life, by far. By far. And I felt, I'm going to be honest with you, I personally, for me, I kind of felt really honestly kind of guilty because I knew that the country was reeling. I knew we had a pandemic and people were struggling emotionally and probably financially. And 2020 was one of my greatest years ever. But listen, and the reason I knew that is because of how many people reached out to me saying what we are doing brings a smile on your face, makes you happy, and gives you entertainment each and every week. That means a lot to us. It really does. So, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Hold it down. Hold it down. Next.
Hi, my name is Jason. I'm from Brooklyn. My question is about this AEW in general. I was just wondering, is there any plans for like a 5-year plan or 10-year plan to do like basically your version of WrestleMania or like your Super Bowl, or is that even in the company's radar to do something like that huge of an event?
I really haven't heard of that. I mean, we do basically quarterly pay-per-views.
Right. I'm talking about maybe like renting out like a stadium, like a football stadium, or
Right.
anything like that.
Well, I think we did pretty damn good at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. I mean, okay. Eddie Kingston is here. See, just like Eddie Kingston, you don't know when to shut the freak up, do you? Okay. I'm kidding. I love you. It's my wife over there. Okay. I would think that there are plans for that. And now, that is just me thinking that. I really don't know anything. But I would think that, I mean, for us, we kind of like Double or Nothing is kind of like our big show, Memorial Day weekend right now. So maybe that can develop into something that time, during that time. So.
Hey, I think I can answer your question.
Oh, right.
Tell your friends, and then one day we will.
True. Thank you.
That's it. Great answer. Let's go here to the right.
Hey guys, my name's Matt from Strong Island. And so, anywho, as a big wrestling and comic book fan, one of my biggest regrets was not being at San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago when TNA put on a match. I think it was between the Motor City Machine Guns and Brian Kendrick and Paul London. My question, I know that was a long setup, my question is, what would it take for AEW to have a match or even a show right here at New York Comic-Con? There is a ring upstairs right now. It's probably not good enough for you guys, but it is there.
I was gonna say, Adam, you want to have a Falls County Wear match right now?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, cool. I'll watch.
Yeah, logistically, I don't know how to make that happen, but hell yeah, we'd be in for that, for sure.
I think everything has happened with AEW, guys. Like, anything can happen with AEW. I've seen it. Like, people, were kind of like, I remember comments from some of my friends, like, oh, you guys are running in a tennis place, man. And what happened? We sold out, right? So, I know if, our boss is so cool, if we bring ideas and they're crazy enough and they're crazy enough for him to do them, why not? So why not?
Over on our left.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ed. I'm from New Jersey as well. And despite, I'll drop this for 1 second, but despite the comments that have been made from people in the crowd, I'm actually the closest dead ringer to Eddie Kingston.
Yes, you are!
I've gotten that for 10 years now. But despite that, despite putting myself over there, my question actually is, a lot of you guys have talked about the forbidden door being wide open right now. So if there's one person that you would want to wrestle to bring in from that forbidden door, who would it be?
I can go first. I want you to give me Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah!
You know who I am, Zach. You know where I am.
So I've never had the chance to have a singles match with this person, and I would love the idea of Adam Cole versus Okada in AEW.
Darby?
Pass.
Okay. Rosa.
Good.
Oh, what?
Well,
Don't say it then.
no, yeah, I mean, she was from Japan, but she's in another company that I can't say it, so I'm gonna pass. Sorry.
She's from Japan?
She's from Japan. No, she's not Asuka. She was actually my original trainer in Japan. So.
Well, say it.
Huh?
Say it.
Io Shirai.
Thanks for your question, Eddie.
Thanks, King.
Go ahead over here on the right.
Hi, I'm James, and before I ask my question, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys. I've been a wrestling fan for the last 20 years, and thank you. I've been a wrestling fan for the last 20 years, and I've never wavered. But for the first time in a long time, you guys have made it cool to be a wrestling fan again. Not to be corny, but I found my smile again as a wrestling fan.
Aw, that's so cute. Thank you.
That was his joke. I'm sorry. So my question is, again, about the Forbidden Door. We've seen some incredible things happen already, but do you think we've seen like the peak of what opening that door is like? And if not, what is the maximum potential for opening the Forbidden Door?
So when it comes to thinking stuff is going to peak, AEW has continued to like shatter those expectations every single time. So I don't know what that peak is yet, but I can tell you I'm really damn excited for it.
I do want to say, knowing Tony Khan like I know him, and he is like you, just a gigantic wrestling fan, and he knows everything about wrestling. Yes, he does. He knows everything about wrestling. Everything. Everything. And I'm not just putting him over as an announcer. Everything. I really think the sky's the limit with him. What he wants to do, what he can do. And knowing how his mind works, he doesn't always have a plan that far ahead. Sometimes he does, and sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he just come up with it just like that. So I think by opening the Forbidden Door, as we say, it has helped us build a relationship with other promotions, other companies. So, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Hopefully. Anybody else want to add anything?
I mean, come on, guys. I was an example of Forbidden Door for the women's division. I came as a champion for the NWA, you know. I didn't live a champion, but I got signed for AEW. So that tells you, like, you know, sky's the limit. It just enriches us as performers. I mean, I've been in Impact, you know, AEW. The only place that I haven't worked is the other company. But it's just, no, I'm serious. But it's like, I had the chance to do that while I was during the pandemic and during this time. So absolutely, there is no limits, and I don't know where the peak is yet. So we're really, really excited to be in this time in professional wrestling.
Okay, on the left.
All right, this is David from Queens.
Hey, David.
Question mainly for Darby, but I guess you all can answer it. Right now, they're pushing the narrative of the four pillars of Darby, of Jungle Boy, Sammy, and the other guy. So how does it, I guess, feel that your career is forever going to be linked with those other three, and for the other folks on the stage, what it feels like to be with the four pillars and to be working with them.
That's a weird question for them to answer, but
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna answer it.
I don't know. It's nice that you get such like young guys that are so determined to like show the wrestling world what's up. And given the platform of AEW, we can sink or swim on our own. And these are the guys that have chose to swim. So, and there's a lot of people there that don't take the ball and run with it. So I think it shows every week that us four are very, very hungry.
All right. Thanks, Bud. On the right.
All right, well, my name is Anderson Tenisella, and I'm actually from New York City, Queens. Before I ask my question, I just want to say, to everyone at AEW, thank you so much for that AEW Grand Slam show. That was probably the most incredible experience in my life. My family was there, and even my mother, who is not a wrestling fan, she was stunned and amazed, and she told me after the show was over, I now know why you love wrestling. And mostly because of the first match between Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan. Like, that match stunned her. She was amazed. Bryan Danielson, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you watch too much.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but our lawyer says you have to sit down now.
Oh, no.
Go
All right, but
go ahead.
this is just one comment for Thunder Rose. I just want to say, well, mi familia es Ecuador, and they love wrestling. They've been watching it since like 1950s, 1960s. It's been a big generation. I watch it. My father watches it. My grandfather, even my great-grandfather. They've been watching wrestling for many, many years, and they're grateful for stars like you representing the Hispanic wrestling community.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
My honor.
Here's my question for Adam Cole. And this is something kind of related to what your what your friends did a while ago. I don't remember what was the pay-per-view. 2 years ago, we saw Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks doing an entrance where they were dressed as Street Fighter characters. So, as you can tell, I'm dressed as Tidus from Final Fantasy. I'm asking, will we see the Elite do a Final Fantasy entrance at an AEW show?
So I don't want to make any promises, but I can't possibly tell you how freaking pumped I would be if we got to do that. I'm the biggest, specifically Final Fantasy VII, the biggest. My God, that would be awesome. Now that idea is in my head. Now I'm going to beg the guys for us to be able to do that. I hope so. I hope so.
All right. Over
Great
on the
game.
left here. Go ahead.
How you doing? I'm Mickey. I'm here from New York.
Hey, Mick.
Before I get to my question, I want to say, Tony, I am so happy that you're back announcing in wrestling.
Thank you.
You were the voice of my childhood. I grew up watching you in WCW.
Thank you.
Now, as for my question, it's for all of you guys. I know if you've all wrestled tons of opponents, in your mind, who do you have the best in-ring chemistry with?
Go ahead. Adam, go ahead.
I would say the guy I have the most in-ring chemistry with, I've known him since 2009, is Kyle O'Reilly. Again, in 2009, I had been wrestling for a year. He had been wrestling for like 3 years. And then we had been attached at the hip kind of our entire career. Like, this is the first time since 2009 we've not been in the same company, which is so bizarre. I miss him so much. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay. Cassidy, what you got?
I don't like wrestling.
Darby?
I would say like a guy like Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara?
From females, definitely Serena Deeb. That was like the first one. And Mercedes Martinez. I love wrestling Mercedes Martinez. From the men's side, as funny as it is, Sammy Guevara and we had a history, so I love working Sammy Guevara.
Thanks, Mick. Good stuff. Over here on the right.
Hello, my name is Raymond from Brooklyn.
Hey, bud.
I've been watching AEW every week since it started. I've followed BTE since they announced it. And my question's actually for Adam. Personally, I'd say my favorite match with you was Gargano in New York. I was there. Amazing. Who would you say you would want to have a match with that you would just go to those heights that you had with Johnny in New York?
I think me and Jungle Boy could do something like that. Because a couple of weeks ago, that was the first time I've ever wrestled Jungle Boy. I feel like the chemistry's there. I feel like the interest from you guys is there. So I think Jungle Boy would be my guy. Yeah.
Adam, aren't you dead?
What are you talking about? Everyone keeps asking me if I'm dead. I've been here the whole time.
I'm pretty sure you drank a Monster Energy a few years ago.
I don't like Monster Energy anymore, so maybe that explains it.
There it is. Let's go to the left. We are getting desperately out of time, but hang on just a second. We got some more.
Hi, my name's Chris, and I'm from Long Island.
Go ahead, Chris.
I know, it's MJF's
Go ahead.
country. You have established a strong foothold here in New York. You had your show in Queens, Grand
Right.
Slam, which was amazing. You're going to have a show in December at the UBS Arena. What I want to know is, it's been a WWE stronghold for decades, but is there any chance you're going to do a show at MSG?
We obviously as a company would like to, but there's no way that I can really say yes to that. Really. I mean, there's so many, there's,
That blue hair man.
all right, settle down, Lois. My wife again. We are really out of time. Let's see, Darby, you were signing earlier today. You're still going to be around, Orange?
Yeah, I have a high spots table.
The high spots
like
table?
tomorrow too.
Adam,
I
you got
guess.
some signing coming up?
2:15.
2:15?
Mine is at 4:45.
Say hello, please.
Adam will be at
4:45.
2:15. She'll be at 4:45. This is at the AEW booth, and that's 1319, and I'm there all day, by the way. Thank you very much, New York.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your time at the Comic-Con.